Noticing the overhead lights make me look blonde, but also make me look balder. I don't need help with that part. So guys, sorry about the AC constantly running. It is what it is. It's summer. That's what it do. I actually have my first new ECTO1 parts in for the first time in a year, I guess, is roughly how long it's been. Actually, not entirely certain. I do have here the next level. It's issue 33, which, oddly enough, so this part that makes most sense. I've complained about the logistics of the ECTO1 build. Part of it is they do stuff that makes no sense to do it when they do it. So right off the bat, I built the proton packs. That was like the first thing they sent was proton packs and like the hood and stuff like that. Now, only here, damn near the end, I think issue 38 is the final issue, I could be wrong. Here at 33, right near the end, without building the roof rack, which is the last big thing, they send the gurney for the proton packs. Okay, so if there's anything that I didn't need through the middle of this build, or at the very beginning of this build, it's the proton packs and the gurney. Those things could have been sent all at the end, once, I don't know, the car was finished. It's like, why give me accessories that go inside the car at the beginning, when you don't even have a car? I've literally been storing the proton packs in here this whole time. Do I have a date on this? I don't know if I do, because I remember this is like one of the earliest boxes I had for this. So either way, I'm gonna set it up as a time lapse for the build, and I think, I could be wrong, I think most of it is metal. If not, it's all plastic, and I hope it's metal because it would need a little bit of weight to it. But it's the entire gurney that they converted to hold all their proton packs in the back of the ECTO1. So, like I said, I'll set it up as a time lapse. And by the way, this is the first box under the new company, Fanhome, which of course is D'Agostino, who basically makes the parts as it is. So Fanhome was created, or maybe it already existed, to pick up the slack. And on the other side, when it comes to the starships and other things like that that aren't models, that's been picked up by, I always want to say Hero Collector, but it's not. It's another thing that I'll put on the screen right here. I get their emails too. I'm looking for starships I don't have, you know, that I can also get. I keep wanting to call it Hero Collector, but I know it's not that. That was the old thing that it was under Eagle Moss. So Eagle Moss is gone, and the companies that were basically already making their stuff are now the distributors of said stuff. So it is what it is. I got my 3-in-1 oil. I've got my screwdrivers. So I'm gonna get set up and pray to God it doesn't use the tiniest screws ever, which I'm already scared by some of these. Yeah, already scared by some of these. So either way. Okay, so I'm going to do this as best I can without the camera falling, because it really wants to. Alright, so I've got these parts. Bigger, kind of more solid chunks of frame. Other bits and bobs. That looks to be parts that actually hold up maybe the proton ones. And they sent another binder, although I'm not entirely certain I needed another binder. Part of me wants to work within this box, just for safety's sake, I guess. Let's see, I've got to figure this out. What? What is... Okay. Okay, so this first step was a giant pain in the ass the whole way around. So just trying to mount the metal frame here to the plastic base, which each of these clips was a pain, as you saw. A lot of that had to be done off camera. And then you've got this kind of cage end that's down here. So they use plastic retainers here instead of metal ones like that, which made it slightly more difficult. Also, this is bent all to hell. There are little recessed holes for the ends to go in, and because of the way it was bent, it's all kind of out of whack, and very, very easy to knock back out of whack as well. And because I used a little too much oil on everything, it is all very, very slick. So that's the very front of like the lead wheels. Now what I need to do here is dispose of these excess screws, because I won't need them for now. Actually that's an FM, isn't it? Yeah, that one's different, so that's an FM. So they do have different screws for metal and plastic, and what I don't want to do is end up putting screws together that don't go anywhere. And the funny thing is, these are YP screws, but they're not labeled. Also, they give you far too many, like way too many of them. Like normally they just give you a couple extra. This time they give you double what you need. And by the way, I have an entire thing of screws already that I saved from previous builds, and it's actually come in handy when putting away other stuff, or even helping to screw other things together outside of this project. And if you saw, like, I was using a little bit of oil in there for any of the metal screws. Generally a good idea. Alright, so that was 123, so now we're going to do 124. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm sure of it. Okay, so that whole step added another rail, which was pretty easy, but then added the entire folding wheel mechanism to this one side, including a slide arm and a hydraulic little piston that I did add a little bit of oil to, just to make sure it operates smoothly. By the way, I hate these wheels. They're so stupid. Alright, so the next one up is number 125. And where's my knife? Keep losing it. So this one is another, definitely has more of the stanchions or for the wheels. It looks like we're basically going back and forth on this. It looks like I've got the next couple sets of wheels and things. I hope this completes the gurney by the time it's done, because that would be super annoying if it didn't. You know? Okay, so where does that thing go? Okay, those are the resting parts. And the next thing. And that. Oh my god, it does not finish. Oh my god. Literally do not finish the gurney in this one. You get down to one last wheel. That is some new level of stupidity. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's get this next bit. God damn. There we go. Shit. Well, this is the not fun part of model building. If you saw that on camera, just stabbed the shit out of my finger with the screwdriver. And that is part of the main issue with the way they constructed this, is that you have to put way too much pressure to get the metal screws to go through sometimes. And with it being a very small screw and a very pointy screwdriver, sometimes you got to do that. I'm going to put this ice pack on my finger for a bit and try to get it to stop bleeding. Ouch. So I found the only few band-aids left in the house. Only one of a decent size, and then wrapped a smaller one around it to help adhere it to my oily finger. Probably going to have the wifey stop off at Walgreens or something and grab some more band-aids. Although I thought we did that not long ago. Clearly they didn't last. That hurt. And the funny thing is, like, I technically kind of stabbed other fingers so far today, but not to that degree. They didn't get through. That one was so direct. That hurt. That hurt a lot. It's gonna hurt because it was pretty deep. And you know, I wiped it down with alcohol. You know, tried to clean it off quite a bit, get as much of the oil off as I could. So I'm gonna take a little break. And the annoying thing is, I'm fairly close to the end of these steps. There's only like a few more small steps left to go. And like, it is one of the weird dangers of this, because you are putting in tiny little screws, and you know, you are going between plastic and metal. My hair is a mess. And, you know, it's one of those things, you know, and you occasionally pay the price for it. I mean, wouldn't be the first time, but that's going to hurt for a while. But I'm going to need Band-Aids just to be able to go back to work and stuff, because I work in a pretty filthy environment. Need to be able to protect my hands, not get, like, terrible infections. So, either way, I'll get back to work here in a little bit. Also, the phone really needed to charge. I didn't realize how low it had gotten. So, alright, I'll do that here in a little bit. Okay, so there's the mostly finished product, at least with the 3 legs. I went ahead and put the other thing together off camera because I was letting the phone charge. But it looks okay. The pads here that the things sit on, you don't screw on yet. You just have it, you know, sitting and chilling. And of course they just could have given you all the parts in this, because the only other thing that's missing is the other leg and then that, but they're waiting until the next run to give you all that, which you can see here on the final page. So you got all the stuff there, and then whatever this is for the light bars on the roof. I can't even tell what the different pieces are, to be honest with you. So ultimately, something I want to do, I was like, if I don't end up with a whole bunch of extra stuff purchased next month, I might just go ahead and get like the next 2 steps just in case. Like, because one thing I hate is the waiting. Like, wait another month, do this. They actually give you the ability now, if you want to order multiple ones, you can. You don't have to just wait for the progression to get on naturally. You can just go ahead and do the thing. I mean, at $90 a pop, though, it kind of sucks. So possibly the next one will be cheaper because there's no binder in it. But it does annoy me that I have a mostly complete gurney here. Like, I mean, you can see how big it is. Well, let's go over to the thing. Also, it stinks of oil. But it does function like an actual gurney, so it has the collapsible legs and everything like that. So, I'm going to see if I can't... Oops. See if I can't get it into the ECTO. Okay, so I think it's got those 2 things there. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh yeah, these were meant for taping down wires. I never used them. That's funny. So it collapses in. It's supposed to collapse in as it goes. Or maybe it's let in that way. Actually, that would make a... Okay, yeah. Makes way more sense to go in this way. I wasn't paying attention. And then that collapses in like that. And then now you got the gurney all up inside there. That's cool. I don't know where it's supposed to stop. Maybe there's supposed to be a bump stop there. But either way, that's done. Closing the door up and calling it finished. Finger is hurt. That sucks. I have an Amazon box at the door, so I'm gonna go grab that to continue on the vlog footage that is going up for the patrons for this day. So if you guys want to join the Patreon, you can do that in the description down below for as little as $5 a month to get Shoky stuff that's behind the scenes of reviews. If I'm doing reviews, you get all of the out-the-box reactions to everything. You get vlog footage, all these things. So I said vlog footage, I meant to say just everything else. Pictures, stuff like that. If you want to join in for all the things, that's an option too. You can support the podcast, the regular review stuff, and then the live streams, and have those benefits, such as this week there will be a, this particular week there'll be a thing, so with the patrons. But I'm gonna go get this Amazon box so I can continue filming for today. So I'll see you guys later. Remember, as always, keep on building, even if what you're building hurts you. Gotta show it who's boss.